Well, hello, hello, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning somewhere out there in the world. Some of you may be wondering, why does she say good afternoon, good evening, and good morning somewhere out there in the world? Because somewhere out there in the world is watching this show, Real Talk with E.V.E. I'm your hostess with the mostest, E.V.E. And of course, Eve is my name, and I use it as an acronym. So that's my fame name. EVE. And of course, I have a wonderful guest. We're going to do a lunch and learn today. Um, Actually, we're always out about learning something, right? And of course, this show is about real talk with real people, about real issues. Sometimes we don't talk enough about our health, our mental health, our physical health, right? Our spiritual health. And I think it's important. So today we're going to talk about physical health, right? And I have a beautiful young lady as a guest today. And I'm not going to give her name. I'm not going to give her away. I'm going to bring her up. I don't want to keep her waiting in up behind the studio camera. So I just want to thank you guys for joining me today. Yes, if you have not noticed, if you did, I changed my color. You're probably saying, what now? Well, I touched up, cut, I had to change my look. It was getting stale and old and dry. So, anyway, I'm just excited to be here because it is a beautiful day to be here. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring up this beautiful young lady and we'll get to know who she is and what she's all about. All right. Hello there, beautiful. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. It's been a while. I have not seen you, and it's certainly a pleasure to finally have you here and to talk about some things that, I'm all about educating people, right?
Yes.
We can always learn something about our body, something about our mind, something about our spirit. And so I want to talk about the body, but I think it goes along with the mind, right? The better you
It
feel, the
does.
better you think, I think, right?
It does. Mind body
Well,
connection.
exactly. Mind, body connection, and soul as well. So thank you so much to this beautiful Cameron Batley. Batley?
Battely. Battely.
Batley.
Yep.
I said it right the first time. Batley. She has a beautiful middle name too. I'll just tell her to tell you. I don't want to give all my information out, but she is a licensed massage therapist, a nail tech, and a esthetician. Say it right?
Yep.
Esthetician.
Esthetician. Yep.
Okay. We're like, what is an esthetician? What is a licensed massage therapist? I thought it was just a massage therapist is just a massage therapist. Well, I'm finding out this young lady is educating me, and I hope she actually says things here that you can take note, take a nugget. I always say when a speaker's talking, take notes, take notes.
Mhm.
Leaders always take notes. Whether in church or we go see a speaker, we take some notes somewhere, whether we record it on our phone, take notes on our phone. Now, these little devices, very smart, you can actually write there on your phone. We have no excuse for not having pen and paper. You have a cell phone, you can do it there, right?
That's true.
Yes. Well, Ms. Batley, licensed massage therapist. Okay. I don't want to get into what your careers are, but first of all, tell us a little about who you are. Who is Cameron? Where are you from?
So, so I am from Gary, Indiana, born and raised. I went to Emerson for the School for Visual and Performing Arts. Um, I am someone who is passionate about a lot of different things. I love being creative, hence the art school. But I also really love the healing arts, and so that is what led me to massage therapy and the beauty and wellness industry. I went to college in Columbia College in Chicago for film and video. Worked in that for several years. Got burnt out, and I was just like, I was just feeling I would gain more weight because it's food everywhere, but I was stressed. I was not sleeping. I'm like, is this I don't know if I want to keep doing this. So what do I enjoy doing that I can, make a living off of, but it doesn't stress me out? And that's when my beautician was talking about esthetician. So I was like, what's that? Like many of you
Right.
may be saying. And I looked into it. It's about skincare. So we help with the skin, doing facials, waxing, body treatments. So yes. So I went to school for that. And in there I learned about the power of massage therapy. I would massage people and they were like, I couldn't turn my neck when I first came to you. And so after the massage, the facial massage, they could move their neck. I was like, wow, this is powerful stuff. And so a week later after graduation, I was in massage therapy school. Been doing nails like since I was little. Is something I always loved. So I just let me go ahead and get that certification too. So that's how I got all three of my licenses, both in Illinois and Indiana.
Oh, wonderful. So you beat me to the next question, which states. So you are here in 2 states. You cover a huge territory.
Mhm.
So an esthetician, I was just looking, feeling my skin. I think we need to talk off the air. um,
Yeah.
what exactly, I mean, really interested you in the skin? I mean, a lot of women, well, I don't know, one of many, maybe one of few that really don't use all the lotions and potions and everything on
Hmm.
my face. I've been blessed to be acne free. I had what could have been rosacea that this dermatologist said, "Oh, you have adult acne." I'm like, "What? I never had acne. I didn't have that kind of skin problem. It's just the fact that what I found out on my own is that what I was eating was showing up on my skin.
That part.
I
Actually,
had
I
to
was.
learn. It took me about 10 years to find that out because when I was taking pictures or being taken a picture of, my face looked like somebody just squeezed the heck out of them, and my
Mm,
cheek was so red, and one side was more red than the other. And of course, I always looked like I had rosy cheeks, but they didn't look very attractive on photos. I didn't look very attractive. So people may say, "Why you take so many pictures?" If you only knew, there was a time where I would hide behind the camera, and I prefer not to be in front of a picture because after looking at them, I'm like, "Oh no, take that down." This is a bad picture. And now I'm happy because I don't have that type of skin problem. Now, not to say that I don't have any skin problems, you know, but did something happen? I mean, you that really, really said this part of the family, I mean, family, hello, the body family, right? Part of
mhm.
the body is what I really want to work on besides the massage.
So, actually, I started as an esthetician first, so that kind of led me into the massage. So initially, like I said, I was leaving the film career, and so I learned that estheticians do facials and masks and stuff. And I was like, I was always into that stuff growing up, so I was like, oh, I'm into this. So I went to aesthetic school in Chicago. So what I found, and to your point about the hormonal breaking out, the adult acne, I tell anybody if you're an adult and you're still breaking out, get an allergy test. Because in
Mm-hmm.
school, I started to break out in eczema. Like I never had eczema before. And
Mm-hmm.
I was just breaking out everywhere. I wound up taking an allergy test, and dairy was a big culprit. Red and yellow food dye I was allergic to. I just found out all these things, and the doctor was like, cut all of this out for 2 months. He said there's no Snickers, no cakes, because dairy is in the vegan wasn't super big as it was now, but I cut everything out and my skin cleared up. I have some makeup on now because I'm like, I have slipped back a little bit. But when I cut everything out, my skin cleared up. So it's very much so internal. So if you're an adult and you're having skin reactions, go within, find out what you're allergic to, what you're eating, because what's going on the inside will definitely reflect on the outside.
Yes, and that's exactly what happened to me. But I went to see a dermatologist, and she didn't mention anything about allergies. And then I was like, well, that red pepper that you put for your pizza?
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, let me stop that. Then I was eating the jalapenos with the vinegar. Let me stop that. And then I was like, anything that has red, like the mole sauce, the menudo, the pozole, everything that has those dry red chili pods, I felt that it was like, I mean, I felt like an irritation in my skin,
Hmm.
like it was tingling, it was itchy. I wanted to just scratch, and it's just wasn't looking very nice. So I took it upon myself to start deleting, omitting type of ingredients that I was eating. And I said, okay, I can't eat much of that anymore. Okay, I won't. I'm not gonna. So I don't eat those red chili pods from the that's for the pizzas. I won't try that anymore. I learned because it took me 10 years, not a little over, to figure that out. Did I go see an allergist? No, but I figured it out on my own. But it's quicker if you go see an allergist. I
Right.
didn't have somebody to tell me what you're saying right now. Okay, I had to figure it out on my own. But I'm glad that that I figured it out. And yeah, what you eat can sometimes come out on your skin, right?
Yeah,
It's
because it's an
body.
inflammatory response. So when
Mm,
I was in college, one of the health personal trainers, health people that we had in the gym, he told me disease cannot live in an acidic body. And we eat a lot of foods that are acidic and cause inflammation. So inflammation can show up in different ways. You may, like my mom is one of them, when she eats pork, she's like, oh, my knees are hurting. And I said, well, I wonder why,
oh,
because you ate the pork. Or it may show up in your
mm,
skin breaking out, the flushing of your skin. Like inflammation is like horrible. And so it has its purpose. Now it's not completely horrible. It is the inflammatory response is there to as a part of the wound healing, trying to heal us. But like too much of anything can be bad, too much inflammation is bad. So we got to make sure when we have an allergic reaction that kicks off our inflammatory response. So
mm.
a lot of us are eating stuff we shouldn't be eating. Our body's constantly reacting. So
That's
you
so
want
true.
to, yeah, you want to definitely eat things that are more alkaline that's going to bring your body back into balance
Did you
so
say
you'll feel
alkaline?
better.
Did you say alkaline?
Yeah.
So we should drink more alkaline water. Does that help?
Alkaline alkaline water. Well, and I like my friend, like I have a friend who has a healthy food spot, and she really talks about, because she's helping me too adjust my habits, but food, like what we eat, we need the nutritious foods. So it's not just drinking water but still eating McDonald's isn't going to help you. You have to eat like the green foods, the
Oh,
fruits, the vegetables, all that stuff. That is what's going to help your body.
yeah, no, that's certainly a great tip for you people that have problems with the skin and you're feeling the achiness. What I haven't felt lately, which you just reminded me, there's been times in the past where my ankles hurt.
Mhm,
I am laying down, I get up, and my ankles hurt. I'm like, why are they hurting? But it could be because of what I ate.
mhm,
I always say eat in moderation. Back in our day, of course, you're a lot younger than me. You're young enough to be my child. It was you finish everything that's on your plate. You can't get up until you're done with what's in your plate. Now it's like, I am not. You gave me too much. I'll take it to go. There's restaurants where they pile up their food, which is great because you get your money's worth, right? But then you're there and you're trying to eat all of it while you're sitting there. It's like, no, you're not helping yourself, people. Now we got obesity. Now we got
mhm.
skin problems. Now we got body aches. So now speaking of body aches, let's switch it over to the massage therapist.
Yes.
So I love massages, but where I've gone to a chiropractor, they're actually physical therapists because I got physical therapy
Mhm.
from an accident. It's because I was having my sciatica kicking my butt. I mean, it was a muscle spasms, and I'm sure some of our viewers probably are going through this muscle spasms and all that. I mean, what's the difference between a physical therapist and a licensed massage therapist?
So, this is how I think about it. So there's something called scope of practice. So as a massage therapist, there's only so much I can do. So I can work with the body. I can, we can work with the dermis and a little bit below the dermis, like when we do deep tissue, things like that. I am not handling like bodily fluids. I'm not reopening incisions or things like that. I don't take, blood pressures and stuff like that. I'm more of a, how can I put it, like help you maintain a good life balance kind of person in the health and wellness field. A physical therapist is more like a doctor. And so they have more things that they can do, more like exercises and, just kind of their scope is a lot larger than mine. So I can
Right.
like work with them to kind of, help their clients with however whatever condition they may have. I can be like an assistant, but
Mhm.
I'm not like a full-blown doctor. And there's only so many things that we can do.
But I'm sure you can do quite a lot. And some
Oh yeah.
people are probably saying, boy, I could certainly use a massage right about now.
Yes.
Right. So, what type of things do you see in the people that come in requesting a massage therapy?
So let's see. I see a lot of people who are just kind of stress and tense. Like a lot of people are like, my shoulders, that's a lot. Like everyone holds tension here, their backs. And a lot of times it's like, I'm just working a lot. I take care of other people. So yeah, so just kind of like life stress. So my thing is my little tagline is relax and recover. So that's why I help people with. So a lot of times people get on my table and they fall asleep, and I was like, they just need that time to like relax, decompress, because a lot of times they don't have that one moment, that 1 hour, hour and a half, maybe their only moment to relax. And so I also say recover because I work with I do manual lymphatic drainage, and I see a lot of post-op clients. And so they come in, they have these surgeries, they're swollen. So I kind of help them with their recovery process to help them feel better. So that's kind of what I do. And that's I found like that's kind of like my niche. Every therapist typically finds where their lane is. Some people work sports, some people work spa, some people work chiropractor. And I find like my thing is like helping people relax and just feel better, helping them to heal.
Mm. And in doing that, it's also helping the mind, right? You
Hmm.
mentioned relaxed. Many of us do not know how to relax, do not know how to slow down. They can't even shut their mind off. They're always on the go. It's like you're just being a busybody. Are you really being productive, even being busy, or just being busy, right? That adds stress to people's lives,
Hmm.
right? So, are you the kind that puts that little aroma therapy, the music?
Yeah, so I like to set my room up so my room is like dimly lit. I play it's on iTunes bedtime beats. It's like a lo-fi hip hop, but it's very relaxing. Um I do have aromatherapy. I actually have essential oil nose diffusers. So they're like little nose rings, silicone nose rings. So they have like peppermint, lavender, bergamot. Some of my clients will wear it as they're getting the massage, and they're like, "Oh, I love this." So I like to set the environment because I want them to step in from the outside world where it's noisy and just to just an oasis of like peace and tranquility.
Yeah. I love that because I can do it. So I also encourage in some of my talks, just listening to that music. I mean, I love seeing, thank goodness I have a big screen TV so I can actually enjoy what I'm seeing on a bigger screen. But I also tell them you can use your cell phone and just view what you're seeing, especially when it's sea animals and you got that music
Hmm.
playing, or different parts of the ocean and countries, and just taking 10, 15 minutes out of their day, especially if they're like, well, I don't have time. Oh, you got to make time. It's 24 hours in a day.
That is so true. And I'm like, that was something I would say a lot too. I'm like, I ain't got time. I ain't got time. But it's like, we do have time. Just like you put on your calendar, I got a doctor's appointment, I got to work, I got the kids' soccer game. You have to
Mhm,
schedule it.
mhm,
Sometimes
mhm,
it's not real until you actually write it down and see it. So you have to schedule that time for yourself, or it's not going to happen because there's so many things that will you're prioritized. So you have to prioritize yourself. I'm a caregiver as well. And these past 2 years, especially the year before last was like really hard. Like I felt like my body was just going all out of whack. And that was because I had to learn that in order to be present for my mom, I had to take care of myself. It's not selfish. It's not
no.
selfish to say, I need 10 minutes to decompress after you come home. And it's not selfish just to get a massage or whatever it is that will make you feel good and at peace, because you will break down. Like the body can only handle so much. And stress, like they say, literally kills. It causes inflammation, it brings diseases. And I've been told by this,
Mhm,
like by nurses,
mhm,
to be careful because
mhm,
it's like stress will cause different stuff to just pop out in you. And
mhm,
so we are in a world, one of the things I hate that kind of happened post COVID is that we got back into that just run, 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 run. Like one of the things with when that happened was like a lot of us, I mean, it was a crazy time, but it kind of set a pause on a lot of
mhm,
stuff.
mhm,
And I
mhm.
think it allowed people to kind of really reevaluate their lives and just kind of stop for a minute. And I
Mhm.
was hoping that we would kind of adapt a more, you know, a flow of things, not just back to go, 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 go. And I feel like we kick that back up again. And I'm like, it's important that we take those moments to slow down for ourselves. So we
Yeah,
could be there for our loved ones, you know,
exactly.
and
Exactly. And it's certainly not selfish. Don't feel bad. I know about caregiving, being a single mom, two kids, and my parents, they pretty much became my kids too. They were
mm-hmm,
codependent. They weren't independent anymore after they hit 70 something years old. Their health declined, so many different health issues that they both had. I didn't even have time to think I'm stressing. Because as
yeah.
soon as I got off with one thing, I'm to the next thing. Now my two kids, now they need to do their homework. Now I got to help with the homework. Now I have meetings in the community. I'm sitting on this board. Now we're doing this function. Now, but always available to my parents.
Mm-hmm,
Right? I don't ever shut my phone. It's just been a habit of never turning my phone off. But you don't have little kids anymore. But it's just the fact that I still have family. I still have my kids that could probably need me. They have yet to call me late at night, thank God, right? But it's just, I guess I made it a habit where I feel bad if I turn my cell phone off, and that's really not being selfish.
mm-mm,
Saying, you know what, world, you all gonna have to shut around me. My life right now is peace and quiet, and not with the world, not with connection with the device at all. And don't feel selfish, like what you just said, Cameron, or honey. By the way, if you guys haven't noticed, this is her website, and that is honeybeebeauty.com. That's two B's. So tell us a little bit about that, honey.
So Honey is my middle name. So when people call me Honey, it's like ironic because it's like they be like, "Oh, hey, Honey," but it's like my name. Um, but yeah, so I wanted to name my company something with my name in it, kind of, but not outright Cameron. And so my middle name is Honey, and then my last name starts with a B. So I got Honeybee Beauty from that.
Nice, nice. So Honeybee Beauty, everything you do, is it all in one place? Being the licensed massage therapist, the nail tech, the esthetician. Um,
Yeah. So I have
all-
a studio in Maryville, 155 West 86th Avenue, right off Broadway. And so I do primarily massage. That's kind of where I focus more so now. I did start adding like facials in again. And then the nails, I haven't put it on my website yet. So I do it here and there for a few people because what I wanted to do was like I wanted to just create services that are just like just experiences that is just relaxing and I just
all around the spa theme.
right and I'm like I used to do the extensions and no chip polish and stuff. I'm like, I don't want to do that no more. I just want to take care of your hands, feet, face, body, and
Mhm.
just create an experience. So
Nice, nice. Well, with facials, I'm not one of those that, oh yeah, I need a facial because I have blackheads, and I see this thing where like a balm, like a roll-on,
like
like
the
a
ice.
dry, yeah, and you just put it, and all of a sudden you start seeing these blackheads come out. I'm like,
Oh,
it
that's
looks nasty, but I wonder if it works. I wonder if it's real. It's just video or a commercial for it, right? But I have so much of a sensitive skin, my face, that I went once on vacation. My girlfriend and I went ahead and did a facial, and I had to let the lady know. I said, "Look, you rub, my face turns red." So she goes, "Oh, I see. You do have very sensitive skin." She was so careful, and I don't know what she put on, but my face felt so smooth, so fresh,
mhm.
so clean, so bright. I mean, right now I don't wear foundation, so what you see is what you get, right? So I kind of somewhat have natural rosy cheeks, right? But I'm thinking of possibly calling you and say, "Hey, let's do a facial." Do you get a lot
Yeah.
of patients where or people that come in with very sensitive, delicate skin? Because that would be me.
So what I usually do when I first work on somebody is keep the the products I use very gentle and like easygoing, nothing super aggressive because we want to see how your skin is going to react. So I usually start like the line I use is called Skin Script, so it's a professional grade line. So I usually use like the pomegranate cleanser, which is like this it's like a creamy cleanser. The green tea cleanser is more of a gel, but those are kind of like the more subtle cleansers. And then for the enzyme, which helps exfoliate the skin, it's like creamy consistency. I use the coconut papaya enzyme. So that's
Ooh, that
the
sounds
most kind of,
tasty.
yeah,
I'm
it
sorry.
is, right? All of them, like, they got
A smoothie
blueberry
now.
and golden
Okay.
honey mask. So yeah, so
Mm,
I try to keep stuff very simple and then like gradually, go from there.
okay. Sounds like I'm going to be signing up for something soon. Treat myself, and that's what, including you men, not just women, go and treat yourself. I don't think that these spas should just be for women because that's the way they portray these things to be, that it's just for women to go there and get their massage and deal with their skin. I know men that go and get their nails done and also do a facial. It's nothing phony or funny about it. It's because you care about your skin. You care about your
Yes.
well being, first of all together, mind, body, and soul. And so, to me, if you're feeling great spiritually, mentally, everything follows. Like that
It,
stressor, you know, get rid of your stressors. If it's people, get rid of them. People can be toxic, and you're not realizing that they're the ones that have been stressing you because you don't know how to close the door, but it's stressing you. You're allowing them, first of all, it is your kind of your fault. You're allowing them to get to you, first of all. You just have to learn to block that and just hear wah, 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 and do what is healthy for you, right?
yeah. And I wanted to talk about the mind body connection.
Yeah.
Well, I was reading a book called I believe it's How to Do the Work. I read a lot of books, so I think it's this one. And the author had you do this exercise where she was like, you take a lemon, like visualize a lemon, feel the skin, feel all the little pits and the texture of the skin. And she said, now imagine that it's, cut open. Now you smell the lemon
Mm.
and then, smell it. And then she was like, now take take a bite of the lemon. And then like when I did it, my body went like this, but it's like I just visualized it. I didn't actually eat the lemon, but my body
Yep,
reacted to it
yep, yep.
as if I ate the lemon. And though that was to show how the mind body is connected. So when we're stressed, sometimes our body will tense up. You may get stomach aches. I at one point when I was so stressed, my stomach was hurting. I'm like, my stomach never hurts. It was because I was stressed. And so the mind and body is so important. And there's this book called The Body Keeps the Score, and it talks about how our body holds on to the traumatic events that occur. And trauma can be on a scale like 0 to 10. So it was defined as anything that kind of pushes you out your comfort zone. So some stuff gets us a little bit off, some stuff pushes us way off. So it just depends where you are on the scale, but your body will remember it. So like the things that we see and think and stuff is stored here. So it's important to do certain things that release it. Moving, if you do yoga, meditation, exercise. A lot of people say they fight depression by going to the gym. Like all those things are important. So I can't stress that enough for people guys to please invest in their self-care, whatever that may be for them.
Right. Even go for a walk. It's free, people. Go for a
Yeah.
walk. Years I would always go live while I'm at the park and just teaching people. You have to like put it in front of them. Otherwise, they don't think about it. They're letting
Mhm.
life live them and not the other way around. And
Mm.
just some simple things, just like, getting a massage, right? Getting a facial, even doing the nails, because I know it involves a little massaging, right? Your
Yeah,
feet,
you get a
your
hand
head,
massage.
Hey, if that is the only way you know how to calm down, do it. Oh, but it may cost too much. We just talked about the videos. We just talked about the music, the sound. At night, go to sleep with it. If it's hard to shut your mind off, right? I mean, we all have to really take better care of ourselves because life can get in the way and we forget about us, and now ailments come, diseases come, and now we're sicker than what we actually thought we would ever be. And now what, it's gotten a little late. Now it's going to take a lot longer, that process, right? So, Cameron, we're almost done with our time goes by so fast.
Yay.
Any last minute tips you want to share here with our audience, with our viewers?
Definitely check out your vitamin levels. I'm no nutritionist or anything, but just to know like low vitamins, like vitamin D, it can affect your mood and your body in ways you probably never thought about. So go like part of your self-care, go to the doctor, get those tests, check out your levels. With the sleeping, I found brown noise, like white noise, but brown noise, I really like that. It helps me, that low sound. It helps me relax. So there's different noises. So that's something you can do at night just to kind of, help you relax. And, really just know that it's okay to take care of yourself. Like, it's important to do it. And just whatever that may be, follow your heart, your intuition, whatever you believe in, what it's telling you. Like, go outside for that walk, get that sun. Like, health and wellness is so important. So take care of
Sure
yourself.
is. It sure is. And you guys can check her out at this website, honeybeebeauty.com. That's two B's, honeybeebeauty.com. Cameron, thank you so much, darling. I'm going to be in touch with you real soon. So I appreciate you
Yay.
coming on Real Talk with E.V.E. These
Thank you
are
for having me.
conversations that many people don't like to have. They don't make time to talk about it, right? So we're going to force them to listen by watching this show. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate you and what you do as well. And we'll be in touch and possibly bring you back in the near future. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Wow. So I hope you guys took some nuggets out of this show. It's conversations that we need to have, especially you women. We multitask all day long. My mind can be on three different things at the same time I'm doing this show. How do you do that? That's multitasking. My kids say it's ADD. I don't want to claim that over myself. So, nonetheless, I do have to go. Places to go. I've already done that all day or most of the morning. I have people to see and people and things to do. So, with that, thank you so much for joining me here at Real Talk with E.V.E. And of course, it's every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time and every Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time as well. So, wherever part of the world you're in, if you're commenting, I will respond to you after the show. So, with that, take care. Peace with you. Have a wonderful Easter weekend. Take care. Until when? Until next time. I guess it'll be Wednesday. Peace to you. Bye now.